You can go do whatever you want. But think about this. These people were demoralized. Unlike any other slaves in history, they were demoralized and their humanity stripped away from them. Their humanity stripped away. So no longer are you thinking that you're an equal, but now you're thinking, well, this must be the case. Think about it if you ever had a abusive parent or know of abusive parent and they had talked to you and they said, well, you're stupid, you're nothing. And if someone tells you that enough, you start to believe it because there's nothing to tell you otherwise. So the powers that be come and let you go. That's the same thing as going to get a Siberian tiger and putting it on in your house. Now the tiger's going to know how to hunt. It's going to know how to take care of itself. It's going to know what freedom is, first generation. But if you demoralize that tiger, you cut out its fangs, you cut out its claws. Even if one day you realize and you keep doing that and you keep feeding it and you never let it hunt and you keep feeding and you keep feeding and you keep feeding and you're taking over and you're domesticating it. It never really knows what freedom is if you ever decide, you know what, I think it's cruel what we've been doing for the last 20 years, last 400 years to these tigers. Let's let them go free. Well, you got to go back and re-educate what freedom is. You got to go back and replace what the demoralization did and took away. So, so I'm sitting there talking to her and she's like, so she started to tear up. She's like, I never really thought about it like that. Because, a lot of people might be familiar with the series called Roots. But with Roots, there had to come something before that. If you go to Africa and you're not of the same complexion, nor do you speak the same language, and you tell the people, hey, we're going to put you on the ship and take you somewhere else. How do you first communicate that you're going to be on the ship? So you have to do raiding parties. You have to take them by forcible will. And from that forcible will, you have to keep them in chains because, again, the people that you're going, because you can't get into the interior of Africa, so the people you're getting are all along the coast, the war parties, the hunters. So you're getting the strong, the athletic, the young, the vibrant. So the people that only survived across the trip were the best of the best because you already took the best off the coastline and you're taking them over. So then how do you convince these people that don't speak your language, that don't look like you, don't trust you, and that you've stolen from their land, to work, to wear your clothes, to speak your language, to pick your cotton? How do you convince them to do that? No one really thinks about that. When Roots starts, there's already domesticated servants, slaves in the Americas. But how did that process get there? You took all these warring tribes and somehow or another you made them pick cotton. I don't think that was an easy task. Do you? So going through it, going back to that mother that's now been placed head of household. How do you go through this whole notion of saying now you're free? But the mother has always told the child, let me do it this way. If you look in the side of the community now, that community that was previously slaves, the men were demoralized. They were mentally taken astray, taken away from their manhood. So now, you look inside these communities, there's a lot of single mothers. The women have examples the little girls have examples on which to mold themselves to be women. They have 40 different examples of what it is to be a woman. But the little boys, he's raised by his mother, he imprints off his mother. He imprints his feminine ways. How many men do you know have those feminine wiles, the way they talk with their hands, the way that the different things they have going on? How many guys do you know like that? And then how many men do you know? So you go through the process. There's no one for this little boy to imprint off. So as he grows up, he learns to listen to his mother. He's never placed under authority of a man. So what happens is when he goes into the world of work, first he's going to be encountering men running businesses, telling him to get here on time, to do this on time, do this and do that. And it's so new to him because think about it. The great thing about a father in the home, it teaches the little boy that there's always going to be somebody bigger than you, and there's always going to be another man you have to listen to. But remove that psychologically from the home. Where's the little boy to learn all that, but get the notion that he's the baddest thing on earth, that he's the man of the house? And if you think about those different things, it makes sense. So there's so many men of the past Africanized slave persuasion that don't want to do anything, but they don't have any leaders. The leaders they see are on the hood, they're on the corner, they're doing these different things, but where are the neighborhood doctors and lawyers? Where are the people living in these neighborhoods showing them how to do anything? Because everyone's trying to escape.